You know that feeling, don't you? You've poured your heart and soul into creating a YouTube video, maybe spent hours researching, scripting, filming, editing. You finally hit that upload button, and then crickets.
Yeah, silence.
Just silence. Maybe a handful of views from family, and definitely not the explosive growth you were dreaming of. That feeling of, was all that effort for nothing, is something I know many of us, myself included, have experienced.
Oh, absolutely.
It's incredibly disheartening, isn't it? You put in all that time, and it just feels like you're shouting into the void.
Totally.
But what if there was a different way? What if we could actually uncover the secrets, the weird YouTube hacks even, that transform your content from a whisper into a roar? Okay, let's unpack this.
That's exactly our mission today. We're going to take a deep dive into the collective wisdom of top YouTube creators and experts, distilling their most potent, battle-tested strategies on how to get more views, more engaged subscribers, and ultimately, true sustainable success on the platform.
And we've got insights from quite a few different places, right?
Yeah, we really do. We've pulled insights from a wide range of incredibly successful channels, from those focused on educational content, to pure entertainers, to business owners who've built massive, profitable followings.
That's quite a mix.
It is. And what's fascinating here is, while our primary focus today is specifically on the YouTube ecosystem, many of the core principles we're about to explore are surprisingly universal for any content creator looking to build an audience and deliver value, regardless of the platform.
So useful even if you're not solely on YouTube.
Exactly. Think of it as a blueprint for attention in the digital age.
Okay.
The foundation, research and planning before you press record.
You know, I often think that creating videos is the first step, right? You have an idea, you record it, you upload it. Pretty straightforward.
Seems like it, yeah.
But what if the real secret to avoiding those crickets actually comes long before you even press record?
Interesting.
That's where Think Media introduces a concept they call a major shift, almost a weird YouTube hack. Research before you record. They're pretty emphatic that this often skipped step is one of the primary reasons people fail on YouTube.
Okay, I can see that.
We're all guilty of what they term random acts of content, just shooting videos without a clear strategic purpose, almost blindly hoping something sticks. Can you give us an example of what that typically looks like and why it's so, well, detrimental?
Absolutely. Imagine someone enthusiastically starting a cooking channel. A random act of content would be them just deciding one evening, you know what, I'm making spaghetti for dinner, I'll just film that.
Right, sounds simple enough.
So they record my spaghetti recipe. The problem: there's no research into whether anyone is actively searching for that specific recipe, or if their, nascent audience cares about spaghetti specifically, or if the market is already flooded with similar content.
It's just...
Exactly. It's a one-off, disconnected piece of content. This approach dilutes your channel's focus, it confuses the YouTube algorithm about what your niche actually is, and ultimately leads to immense wasted effort because you're not hitting a specific identified audience need.
Which brings us back to that feeling of shouting into the void.
Precisely. That definitiveness of purpose is truly the starting point of all achievement, as the saying goes. Pre-recording research ensures that every ounce of your energy, time, and effort is well spent.
It gives it direction.
Exactly. It's a stark contrast to the common advice you might hear from some, PewDiePie, who suggests just to make a lot of content, make a whole bunch of it, just keep making it, make it constant.
The volume approach.
Right. Make your entire life content. Throw it until something sticks. Now, while volume can generate awareness, especially once you have a huge audience.
Which most people starting out don't.
Exactly. A targeted effort derived from thorough research is undoubtedly far more efficient, especially when you're just starting out and don't have millions of viewers to experiment on. It's about working smarter, not just harder.
So, if we're going to wake up, get dressed, do our hair, set up the lights, and spend all that time preparing.
All that effort.
You want it to actually be worthwhile, right?
Yeah.
And it makes me think about the psychological aspect, too. When you know you've done that research, doesn't it give you a massive confidence boost before you even begin, rather than just hoping something clicks?
Oh, absolutely. It changes your whole mindset going in. You know there's an audience for this.
All right, so how do we actually do this research? It sounds great in theory, but what's the practical step?
Well, it all starts with uncovering what your audience truly desires. You want to discover exact video ideas your target audience is interested in watching.
Okay.
And here's a super simple, free technique anyone can try right now, perhaps even as you're listening. Just go to the YouTube search bar, start typing in a broad topic you're interested in, like how to make wood, And just watch what happens with the auto-predict feature.
Ah, the suggestions that pop up.
Exactly. Go on, try it on your smartphone or desktop. It's pretty eye-opening how specific the suggestions become.
I'm trying it now. Yeah. How to make wood countertops, how to make wood coasters, how to make wood shelves. Wow, lots of specifics.
And what's fascinating here is that those auto-predictions aren't just random guesses or common phrases. They are exact search phrases that real humans are typing into YouTube, reflecting real needs and real curiosity.
So it's direct audience insight.
It really is. And to take this a step further, you can install a free browser extension called keywordseverywhere.com.
Keywords everywhere, okay.
This tool shows you the keyword volume for those very predictions, not just on YouTube, but also on Google and even Amazon. This data influences everything, from your video title and descriptions to truly understanding the psychology and immediate problems of your potential audience.
So it puts numbers behind those suggestions.
Precisely. And it highlights the immense power of specificity. For instance, how to make wood countertops might seem okay as a topic, but the auto-suggest might reveal something much more precise and in demand, like how to make concrete countertops look like wood.
Whoa, that's super specific.
It's incredibly precise, targeting a very specific problem or desire. And new creators, in particular, benefit immensely from focusing on specific niche content because people are generally searching for specific answers to usually a specific question, especially when they're first discovering new channels.
Right, you're not usually just browsing randomly when you type something in.
Exactly. Think about it. You're not searching for recipes as much as quick weeknight chicken recipes. You have a need.
That focus on nailing your niche and creating search-based content is absolutely crucial, especially when you're starting from 0 subscribers. Think media emphasizes this point. It's how you get discovered in a crowded space.
It's your entry point.
That point about search-based content really hit home for me recently. I was looking for reviews on a very specific product, the Endurance Peak 3 headphones, right?
Oh, okay.
And through that search, I stumbled upon a creator I'd never heard of before. It wasn't a channel with millions of subscribers, but they had exactly the information I needed.
They solved your specific problem.
Exactly. And I ended up discovering their whole channel even bought the headphones through their affiliate link. It just shows the power of meeting people right where they are, searching for a solution.
That's a perfect example. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it highlights a crucial distinction that vidIQ frequently discusses. Creator expectations versus viewer expectations.
Okay, what's the difference there?
You see, some content, particularly trending or viral videos, needs to succeed almost immediately, ideally within the first 24 hours. This success is primarily driven by browse traffic.
Browse traffic. So that's like stuff YouTube suggests on your homepage.
Exactly. Your homepage, your up next sidebar recommendations, stuff you weren't actively searching for. It's often trend-based content, viral challenges, news updates, or pure entertainment.
Got it.
This type of content demands an instant wow factor, especially from the thumbnail, because viewers are passively browsing and need something to stop their scroll.
You need to grab them immediately.
Immediately. In contrast, search-driven content like how-to guides or tutorials is what someone explicitly types into the search bar. This content demands more patience because it tends to slow burn, gaining views steadily over weeks, months, or even years.
Because the need persists.
Right, because it meets a direct, enduring need. This raises an important question. Who are you trying to attract? Hamza Advanced and Sunny Lenarduzzi highlight the critical difference between attracting buddies who consume your content for pure entertainment, to hang out, or for a laugh, and customers who are actively seeking a transformation, a solution to a problem, or a specific result.
Buddies versus customers. Interesting distinction.
It really is. For business owners, aligning your videos to sales means primarily attracting customers seeking results, not just vanity metrics like views or retention rates. Knowing who you're trying to reach fundamentally changes your content strategy.
It dictates the type of content you should be making based on who you want watching.
Precisely.
Now, to really get serious about this research, there are tools that can give you a significant edge beyond just the YouTube search bar. TubeBuddy's Keyword Explorer is a fantastic example.
Yeah, TubeBuddy's great.
It doesn't just show you what people are searching for, but also reveals trending topics and current searches happening in real time. It even gives you scores, both weighted, which takes your specific channel's data into account so it's tailored to your unique audience.
Which is super useful as you grow.
And unweighted. A general score that shows the overall market demand. Both are incredibly useful for identifying untapped opportunities.
Absolutely. And what's truly powerful about TubeBuddy's Keyword Explorer is how it breaks down its score analysis. It provides granular detail on search volume, how many people are looking for this.
The demand.
Right. Competition, how many other creators are trying to rank for this keyword, and how strong their content is.
How crowded is it?
Exactly. And optimization strength, how well existing videos are optimized for that term. A high search volume and low competition is, of course, the sweet spot, indicating a significant opportunity.
That's the gold mine.
That's what you're looking for. Furthermore, the web searches feature within TubeBuddy can identify popular topics on Google, which can significantly increase your potential for tapping into broad interests that might spill over to YouTube.
So connecting Google search trends to YouTube potential.
Yeah, because many people search for answers on Google first. And if your video comes up, you've just broadened your reach immensely. You can use this to gauge if interest in a specific game, a particular product, or a broader topic is on the rise or on the fall before you fully commit to creating an entire channel or a series of videos around it.
Like testing the waters before diving in.
Precisely. This proactive approach saves immense time, effort, and potentially prevents you from investing in a declining trend. 2. Crafting engaging content. Beyond the basics.
Okay, so with all that crucial preparation done, you've pinpointed exactly what your audience is searching for. Great start.
Yep, foundation laid.
The next hurdle, of course, is making that content so compelling, so irresistible, that once they click, they can't possibly look away. And that really brings us to the art of the hook.
The first few seconds? Critical.
That first 15 seconds is absolutely critical in determining if a viewer stays or clicks away, because YouTube's algorithm is watching that like a hawk. Think about it. Major YouTubers, according to Tube Sensei, spend days crafting their hooks.
Yeah.
They're not just winging it. They're strategically designing those opening moments to grab and hold attention from the very first frame.
It's about immediately demonstrating value and relevance, creating an urgent reason for the viewer to continue watching. Creators like MrBeast often use what's called the payoff concept.
The payoff concept. Explain that.
They promise something amazing or seemingly impossible at the very beginning of the video, like, I built a house out of paper, creating immense curiosity.
Okay, yeah, I'd click on that.
Right. And then they deliver on it later, sometimes with clever loopholes or a surprising twist. But even if you're not MrBeast with a massive budget, curiosity and relatability are evergreen elements for any niche.
So how do you do that in, say, an educational video?
You can grab attention by asking a relatable question like, are you a neat student who got scammed? Or do you feel overwhelmed by too many to-do lists? This immediately connects with your audience's experience and invites them into the conversation.
Makes it personal.
Exactly. What's even more powerful is that platforms like Instagram, as highlighted by Build Your Tribe, now offer a view rate past first 3 seconds metric.
Oh, wow, that's specific.
Yeah. This is a direct measure of your hook's effectiveness. It allows creators to analyze if a hook worked. And if it didn't, they can even swap out ineffective ones by re-editing and reposting the exact same content with a new, stronger intro.
That's real-time, data-driven optimization right there.
It really is. Gold.
Beyond the hook, though, maintaining that attention throughout the video is key. It's not just about the start. Build Your Tribe introduces a principle they call the 2-second rule. The idea that there should be a cut, a transition, or some kind of visual change every 2 seconds to combat our ever-shrinking attention spans.
2 seconds. That sounds intense.
It does. But if you think about it, this is precisely how professional TV shows and movies are edited. There's always something visually dynamic happening to keep your eyes glued to the screen. It's a constant refresh for the viewer's brain.
Okay, I see that now. Keeps things moving. This strategy is vital for increasing engagement and watch time, which YouTube absolutely loves. Incorporating multiple camera angles, strategic B-roll footage, supplementary visuals, or even simple cutaways to graphics or text prevents the viewer's eyes from getting bored and wandering.
Keeps it visually interesting.
Exactly. And the power of storytelling also can't be overstated. Stories are 22 times more memorable than facts, as Build Your Tribe points out.
22 times. Wow.
Right. So crafting storytelling hooks like, I used to suck at rock climbing until I stopped doing these 3 things, is far more engaging and sticky than just stating dry facts like, here are 3 rock climbing tips.
It pulls you in emotionally.
Totally. Now, there's a nuanced debate on quality versus raw value. Dante London argues that nobody cares about the quality, all you need is a phone, emphasizing that people primarily care about the information you are giving them, the transformation you provide.
So content over production value.
That's his angle. However, Think Media advises that while groundbreaking production isn't essential for beginners, improving overall quality, especially audio, can significantly improve retention.
Audio. That's a big one for me. Bad audio is an instant turnoff.
It really is. Echoey audio, distorted sound, or difficult to hear dialogue, for instance, can be genuinely painful to listen to, driving viewers away regardless of how good the content is.
Doesn't matter how valuable the info is if I can't stand listening.
Exactly. So while information is paramount, a baseline of good quality, particularly clear, crisp audio, certainly helps keep viewers from clicking away due to friction. Find that balance.
Let's talk about content frequency because there's a big debate here that many new creators grapple with. How often should you post?
Yeah, the million-dollar question.
Think Media advises to post at least one video per week, especially for your first year. They highlight how consistency is a huge factor, not just for YouTube's algorithm, helping to understand your content and audience over time, but also for building audience trust and expectations.
Setting that rhythm.
It's like the Survivor show example. If your favorite show suddenly misses a week, you're wondering what happened. Your audience expects regular content, and consistency fosters that loyalty, making them more likely to return.
And what's fascinating here is that consistency isn't just about appeasing the algorithm or your audience. It's hugely beneficial for your own skill improvement. As Marcus Jones points out, you're going to get better and better every time you upload.
Practice makes perfect, or at least better.
Exactly. Think about deliberate practice. The more you produce, the better you become at scripting, filming, editing, and even just being comfortable on camera.
So how do you maintain that consistency without burning out?
Good question. Think Media suggests strategies like batch recording, where you shoot multiple videos in one session, say filming 4 videos on a Saturday instead of 1 each week.
Get it all done at once. Save setup time.
Exactly. It saves setup time and streamlines your workflow. Additionally, using a content calendar, whether it's a high-level software like Monday.com, a simple Google Calendar, or even a physical calendar, provides accountability and helps you work backward from your upload date, breaking down tasks into manageable steps.
Iron it out.
Yep. Now, there's a contrasting view, like PewDiePie's, which leans into the make a lot of content, make a whole bunch of it, throw it until something sticks philosophy.
The fire hose approach.
Right. This volume over perfection approach has its merits for finding what resonates, maybe. However, Tai Lopez notes that effort alone isn't rewarded. Content needs to be not boring, not cliche, and have a unique angle. Simply making a lot of bad content won't help.
Quality still matters within the quantity.
It does, and Evan Carmichael adds to this, suggesting that more frequent content, e.g. 6 times a week versus 3, leads to faster skill improvement. You'll literally get better twice as fast.
More reps, faster improvement. Makes sense.
He also highlights that long-form content, even 1-3 hours, can lead to significant growth if it's genuinely helpful and you're teaching people, proving that quality and depth can sometimes trump brevity if the value is there.
So it's not always about short and snappy.
Not necessarily. It's about finding the consistency that allows for both improvement and audience satisfaction, whatever that looks like for your niche and your capacity.
In a world increasingly saturated with polished, sometimes impersonal AI-generated content, there's a profound need for what Think Media calls more humans than we ever have before.
That's interesting.
This speaks to the power of injecting your personal brand, your unique personality, and authentic storytelling into your videos. While some viewers just want the pragmatic information and will use YouTube like a utility.
Just the facts.
Right. It's that human touch, the quirks, the humor, the genuine passion that builds true loyalty and connection, going beyond just raw facts. It's what transforms a viewer into a fan.
So how do you let that humanity shine through without sacrificing perceived quality or without just becoming another face in the crowd?
Good question.
John Ushai, quoting Casey Neistat, states that perfection erases humanity. He suggests that imperfect but physical props like actual printouts, sticky notes, or real-world objects used in the first frame of shorts, for instance, can help you stand out from the sea of ultra-polished, purely digital graphics.
It adds a tactile, real element.
Exactly. It creates a tactile, relatable element that immediately signals a human behind the camera. This encourages creators to embrace their unique style, their individual vocal patterns, recurring jokes, signature camera angles, and personal anecdotes, even if it's not perfectly polished.
Because that's what makes you you.
Precisely, because that authenticity is what truly builds a deeper, more empathetic connection with your audience. It's the difference between watching a robot deliver facts and a friend sharing something they genuinely care about. 3, optimizing for discovery. Packaging your content.
Now that you've crafted fantastic content, Content that truly engages from the hook to the very end. How do you make sure people find it in the first place? This brings us to the crucial packaging of your video.
The thumbnail and the title.
Exactly. Musformation describes them as being just like a product in a store. They're what tell viewers what type of content to expect and, crucially, lure them in to click.
It's the first impression.
It's a surprising fact that even PewDiePie notes. It's kind of rare to see someone who makes terrible content do well just because they've got good thumbnails, yet he still emphasizes their critical, non-negotiable role in earning clicks.
Right, they won't save bad content, but bad ones will definitely kill good content.
Precisely. Your video could be the cure for cancer, but if no one clicks, it means nothing.
Indeed. The thumbnail and title are your first impression, your billboard on the digital highway, and they are absolutely paramount for your click-through rate, or CTR.
CTR.
For thumbnails, Musformation advises using striking images, cultural signifiers, or even fashion statements that clearly convey your genre and emotional tone. Think about the psychology. What story or narrative tension does the image convey?
What question does it raise in the viewer's mind?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Marcus Jones adds that it's not just about what's physically visible, but the implications. Does it hint at a challenge, a surprise, or a transformation? Think Media suggests leveraging AI tools like Canva, DALL-E, or Midjourney to generate creative, eye-catching thumbnails.
So AI can help here too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Or simply taking a compelling screenshot from your video and adding text overlays. Keep it clear and intriguing.
And readable on small screens.
Crucial point. vidIQ recommends an iterative process, pre-planning alternative titles and 5 alternative thumbnails before you even upload.
5 thumbnails. Wow. Why so many?
Because, as Vanessa Lau aptly states, if a video is underperforming despite great content, the only thing that I can really control is the packaging. Having options ready lets you swap them out quickly if the initial one isn't working.
So you can react fast.
Exactly. And this leads to an advanced strategy: A/B testing. Tools like TubeBuddy and YouTube Studio's built-in A/B testing feature allow creators to formally test different thumbnails and titles against each other.
Like a scientific experiment for clicks.
Pretty much. You see which gets more click-through rate, engagement, and ultimately watch time. This isn't guesswork, it's data-driven optimization, ensuring you're using the most effective packaging possible to stand out.
Okay, so packaging is sorted. Once they've clicked, YouTube needs to understand what your video is about so it can show it to the right people. This is where dialing in your SEO comes into play, as Think Media puts it.
Search engine optimization for YouTube.
You need to include key terms, the things people are searching for in your video's metadata, not just for the algorithm, but for real human discovery.
Right. YouTube is constantly working to estimate relevance, and it does this by looking at how well your title, tags, description, and even the spoken content within the video itself match a search query, as Nick Nimmin explains. It's connecting dots.
So tell me about tags. Are they still important?
Yes, they still play a role. For tags, Musformation and Make Better Videos with Kunal suggest adding keywords related to your specific video, your genre, common misspellings of names or terms, and even broader topics.
So be thorough.
Be thorough but relevant. For instance, if your video is about beginner guitar lessons, tags might include acoustic guitar, easy chords, how to play guitar, and maybe guitar for dummies. Crucially, don't forget that your channel itself also have channel tags, separate from your individual video tags.
Channel tags. How are they different?
These are broader keywords that tell YouTube what your entire channel is about. So a video tag might be Nikon Z8 review, while a channel tag would be photography gear reviews or camera tech tutorials. They help YouTube categorize your overall content.
Making it easier for people interested in your niche to find you generally.
Exactly. Easier for new viewers interested in your broader topic to discover your channel through browse features and recommendations, even if they aren't searching for that specific video.
Okay, tags, channel tags. What about the description? Just stuff keywords in there.
No, definitely don't do that. Nick Nimmin emphasizes including keywords naturally within paragraphs, avoiding stuffing or awkwardly cramming them in. Think of it as writing for humans first, algorithm second. Tell people what the video is about, provide context, maybe link to related resources.
Make it useful for the viewer.
Always. Additionally, while YouTube can sometimes auto-generate chapters, Marcus Jones advises adding chapters manually.
Why manually?
Well, sometimes the auto-generated ones can spoil the content, or they might not be perfectly accurate. Manual chapters ensure accuracy and greatly enhance viewer experience, allowing them to jump to the most relevant sections easily.
Makes sense. Control the narrative.
Right.
Okay, so after you've provided immense value in your content that's been discovered through clever packaging and SEO, what's next? Is that it?
Not quite. Every single video you create needs to be more than just valuable content. It needs to be a stepping stone toward a complete solution and transformation, as Sunny Lenarduzzi eloquently states.
A stepping stone.
Okay. To achieve this, to guide your audience effectively, you need a crystal clear call to action, or CTA. Tell them what to do next.
Right. Don't just leave them hanging.
Exactly. And what's fascinating here is that different CTAs are suited for different stages of their journey, as Sunny Lenarduzzi explains.
Tailor the CTA.
Yeah. For a colder audience just discovering their problem, a CTA to download a free guide or checklist might be ideal to capture their lead and deepen the relationship. For a warmer audience, already interested in, say, monetization, a CTA to watch a video on how to make $1,000 a month would be more appropriate, guiding them further down your content funnel.
Match the CTA to where they are. Smart. What about placement?
Strategic placement is also key. Valuetainment suggests having a CTA before you start the podcast, which could be as simple as give it a thumbs up or subscribe if you want more insights like this. Get it in early.
Okay.
InVideo argues that the most important CTA on YouTube is often simply to watch another video to create binge sessions and keep viewers on the platform.
Keep them watching your stuff.
Right. This signals to YouTube that your channel is highly engaging and retains attention, which the algorithm loves.
And end screens, those little boxes at the end.
Crucial. Anessa Lau and Marcus Jones advocate for being very intentional and very specific. They recommend picking just one video to recommend.
Just one, not 2 or 3.
Often just one, and make your CTA hyper-specific to that video. They say this can more than double the amount of clicks compared to a generic watch another video. Be direct.
Focus their attention.
Exactly. Marcus Jones also adds that linking to playlists on your end screen can effectively push down competitor videos in the suggestions and encourage continuous watching of your content within your own ecosystem, increasing total watch time across your channel.
Keep them in your world. Makes sense. Promotion, community, and analytics. The feedback loop. Okay, so publishing your video isn't the end of the road. It's just the beginning of getting those views. In fact, many successful creators spend as much time promoting as they do creating.
Promotion is huge, yeah, often overlooked.
vidIQ talks about strategies for getting views after you publish. This includes using YouTube's community tab, not just to reshare your video link, but to create an interactive experience via a question or a voting poll that helps stop the swipe and encourages engagement right there on the platform.
Using the platform's own tools for engagement. Smart.
So beyond YouTube itself, what about external promotion?
Ah, yes. There are several powerful external promotion methods that Think Media and vidIQ emphasize. Social media, of course, is a massive one.
The usual suspects: Facebook, Reddit, Instagram.
Right. Sharing on relevant Facebook groups, Reddit subreddits, Quora, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter can be hugely effective. For example, Cami Arola saw an incredible 16,000% growth on her channel from just one well-placed post in a targeted Facebook group.
16,000% from one post.
Insane, right? The key is to make the share an experience in itself, rather than just a blatant advert. Provide value in your post, ask a question, engage with the community there, and crucially, always read the group rules before posting to avoid being seen as spammy.
Don't just drop a link and run.
Exactly. Add value first. Another often underutilized strategy is having your own website or blog.
A separate website.
Yeah. Think Media highlights how starting a WordPress blog allows you to rank written posts using a traditional SEO approach on Google with embedded YouTube videos. This effectively growth hacks both your blog and your YouTube channel, driving traffic from different search engines to your content.
So you catch search traffic from Google too.
Precisely. This also opens up additional monetization avenues like Google Ads or affiliate links on your blog, and modern AI tools can even help transcribe and summarize your videos into blog posts, saving you significant time.
Repurposing content efficiently.
Lastly, Musformation notes that sending emails and text messages to your existing subscriber lists is something YouTube loves, as this signals external traffic driving engagement.
Driving your own traffic.
Yeah. Neil Patel's immense success in driving traffic from his large email list directly to his YouTube videos is a prime example of this powerful synergy. Don't underestimate your email list.
Okay, so promotion is key. But beyond pushing your content out, building a strong community around your channel seems paramount. These are your loyal supporters, your core audience.
Oh, tribe.
Right. And engaging with them is a powerful signal to the algorithm. VidIQ underscores the importance of checking comments a few hours after they go live to engage with your most loyal supporters, because that early engagement is highly valued.
Shows YouTube people care right away.
So how do you effectively engage? Just reply thanks.
You can do more. There are 3 particularly effective ways to engage with your community in the comments section, according to Musformation. First, simply hearting comments.
Little heart icon.
Yeah. Only creators can do this, and it notifies the commenter that you've seen and appreciated their message, acting like a little digital receipt that you actually read it. It builds goodwill. Simple, but effective.
Easy enough.
Second, commit to replying to as many comments as I can, especially in those initial hours after a video goes live. This shows you're actively listening and fosters a genuine dialogue. Ask follow-up questions.
Show you're actually there.
Exactly. Third, pinning a comment that asks a follow-up question or invites further conversation can be incredibly powerful for building a stronger, ongoing relationship and keeping the conversation alive right at the top.
Use that pinned comment strategically.
You got it. The benefit is clear. More engagement signals to the algorithm that your video is valuable and creates a vibrant community, encouraging it to push your content further. Additionally, and this is a subtle but potent tactic.
Ooh, secret tactic.
Kind of. Replying to comments right before your next video drops can drive that new video into that person's algorithm due to the recent interaction.
Because you just interacted with them.
Right. Makes it more likely they'll see your new content pop up in their feed. It's a clever way to re-engage your most active viewers.
Okay, that's a sneaky good tip. Now, all of this effort, from meticulous research to active community engagement, boils down to one critical objective: making better content over time. But how do you know what's working and what's not?
Data. You need the data.
Valuetainment stresses the absolute necessity of looking at the data to see what kind of adjustments to make. YouTube's Creator Studio provides a wealth of metrics. When people drop off, what parts of your video peaked in viewership, how many likes and dislikes you got, the percentage of viewers staying throughout all of it helps you understand overall trends and pinpoint exactly where to improve for your next video.
It's your feedback loop. vidIQ breaks down several specific metrics that are crucial to track, turning raw data into actionable insights. The View Performance Card is your quick check. It benchmarks your video's performance against your last 10 videos within 30 minutes of going live.
So you get an early signal.
Exactly. Gives you an early indication of resonance. Click-through rate, CTR, is vital. vidIQ aims for above 12% after 1 hour on their channel, but it's important to note that a smaller channel might naturally see a higher CTR if YouTube is being stingy with those impressions, meaning it's showing your video to a very targeted, receptive audience. So context matters.
Compare apples to apples, or at least your own apples.
Right. Audience view duration retention is considered one of the strongest indicators of viewer satisfaction. This metric shows exactly where viewers are dropping off.
The dreaded retention graph dips.
Yep. Benchmarking your retention against yourself and YouTube as a whole, this is relative retention, reveals how watchable your content truly is compared to similar videos across the platform. So if YouTube's average for a 10-minute tutorial is 30% watch time and yours is 45%, that tells YouTube your content is performing exceptionally well.
And it's more likely to get promoted.
Exactly. A harsh truth many creators face, including vidIQ, is that branded intros can be damaging. vidIQ reported losing a staggering quarter of their audience in just 6 seconds due to their intro.
A quarter? In 6 seconds?
Yeah, which led them to remove it entirely. Data doesn't lie.
Wow. Okay, any other key metrics?
For monetization-focused channels, Sunny Lenarduzzi introduces the dollar per view metric. This calculates revenue generated per view. It highlights that someone with 103 subscribers made $250,000, achieving a remarkable $24 per view.
$24 per view.
Versus mere pennies for high subscriber ad revenue-focused channels. It shifts the focus from vanity metrics to profitability. And comment quality goes beyond simple great video remarks. It focuses on comments that show deeper engagement, questions, and evidence of transformation in the viewer's life.
Measuring real impact.
Exactly. The iterative process relies entirely on this data. Use it to refine the video you've just launched or start the next one. If a video has good retention but low CTR, vidIQ recommends to refresh the video with a brand new title and thumbnail, even copying successful titles from competitors and adapting them.
Don't be afraid to tweak after publishing.
Absolutely. They did this with their How to Start a Gaming Channel video, refreshed it for New Year's, saw good results. Tai Lopez emphasizes that if you can hack it and you start living and dreaming about VinScore, which we'll get to, you can truly do it yourself without relying on external help because you intimately understand what makes content valuable and unique from the data.
Become your own analyst. Finally, let's talk about your channel page itself, often overlooked or seen as just a collection of videos.
Just a dumping ground sometimes.
Right. But a well-built channel page helps whatever attention you get be maximized, according to Musformation. It's your hub, your digital storefront, for converting casual viewers into loyal fans and guiding them deeper into your content universe.
Optimizing your channel page is critical for conversion and long-term channel health. Musformation details several key elements. Your About section should be rich with keywords that describe your channel's purpose and niche, and it should tell your unique story, connecting with new viewers on a personal level.
Use that space wisely.
Definitely. A channel trailer, an auto-playing video of maybe 2-4 minutes, is crucial for first impressions. It should visually showcase your vibe, what your channel offers, and compel new visitors to stay and subscribe.
Your elevator pitch video.
Basically, yeah. The suggested channel section, often misunderstood, is an opportunity to link to friends, collaborators, or other channels you admire, fostering community and showing YouTube your network. Don't leave it blank.
Show you're part of the ecosystem.
Right. Playlists are immensely powerful for organizing your content. Instead of a jumbled mess, you can create thematic playlists, music videos, full album streams, acoustic versions, behind-the-scenes content, personality videos, whatever fits your channel.
Makes it easy for people to binge.
Exactly. Musformation specifically suggests creating greatest hits playlists like Best 5 or Bangers to immediately immerse new listeners in your strongest, most popular material. This makes it easy for them to binge and signals to YouTube that your channel is highly engaging.
Give them the good stuff up front.
Why not? And don't forget channel tags, which we mentioned, are separate from individual video tags. These are crucial, broader keywords for search that help YouTube categorize your entire channel's content. It's all about making it easy for viewers to discover and consume more of what you offer, turning a one-time visitor into a dedicated subscriber. Advanced strategies and mindset shifts.
Okay, moving into some more advanced strategies now. Tai Lopez introduces a concept he calls the VIN score. Value, inimitable, non-substitutable. He uses this score to determine if content is truly worth sequencing or reposting, if it has the fundamental qualities to stand out and endure. So how does a creator actually apply this score? How do you assess your own ideas through this lens?
That's a crucial question. So imagine you're considering a video idea about 10 productivity hacks. To apply the VIN score, you'd ask yourself, is the value clear?
Yeah, people want to be productive. Value, yes.
Right. Is it inimitable? Can someone else easily copy this?
Probably. There are thousands of productivity hack videos. So, inimitable, no.
Right. Is it non-substitutable? Can viewers easily find similar advice elsewhere?
Again, probably yes. Non-substitutable, no.
So, given this low VIN score, how can we make it more VIN? Perhaps you shift the title and angle to my one productivity hack that gained me 3 hours a day.
Much more specific and personal.
Exactly. That instantly increases inimitable and non-substitutable by making it personal, unique to your experience, and less easily replicated by a generic search. It shifts from generic advice to a unique, compelling angle. That's the mindset shift.
Finding that unique twist.
Yes. And this concept also connects directly to the power of remixing and sequencing trending topics, as Tai Lopez explains. This isn't just about creating new content from scratch.
Remixing.
Yeah.
Like taking other people's stuff.
Well, intelligently repurposing. It involves taking existing, proven content, for example, clips of a major podcaster like Joe Rogan, and repurposing them, adding your own commentary or edits, and distributing them across various platforms, often through sub-accounts or fan accounts.
Like those clip channels you see everywhere.
Exactly. Joe Rogan Clips, which is essentially a fan account, often gets more views than the main JRE channel, demonstrating the immense reach you can achieve by intelligently distributing and remixing high-VIN content across a wider network. You're taking proven content and giving it new life and new audiences.
Leveraging existing value.
Yeah.
Okay. Another critical mindset shift revolves around what Sonny Lenarduzzi cleverly calls The Great Subscriber Scam.
Ooh, provocative title.
Right. She highlights how many creators chase huge subscriber numbers, 100,000, 500,000, even a million, convinced that massive income will naturally follow. Yet she's seen clients make substantial income with very few subscribers, proving that vanity metrics can be incredibly misleading.
Yeah, subscriber count isn't everything. This is where the concept of building a micro-universe comes in, which is a powerful shift for creators focused on business and impact. Instead of chasing 100,000 random subscribers,
The masses.
Sunny Lenarduzzi advocates for attracting 1,000 ideal clients who can't wait to invest in what you offer because they deeply resonate with your specific solution.
Quality over quantity, audience-wise.
Big time. She shares the incredible case study of Brandon, a real estate expert who made $250,000 with only 103 subscribers.
103 subscribers. That's amazing.
And later $1.1 million with 3,552 subscribers. His secret was creating highly specific content for other realtors, attracting customers, seeking transformation and specific business results, not just buddies looking for entertainment.
He knew exactly who his customer was and served them directly.
Precisely. This fundamentally shifts the focus from vanity metrics like views and likes to the dollar per view, which truly reflects the monetization potential and business impact of your content. It's about quality of audience over sheer quantity.
A much more sustainable and potentially profitable approach for many. Navigating YouTube also means understanding the tricky, often intimidating world of copyright.
Oh boy, yeah. The scary C word.
It's crucial to know the difference between a copyright strike and a copyright claim. Tube Sensei explains that a copyright strike directly harms your channel, acting like a black mark. 3 strikes usually lead to channel termination, and each strike expires after 90 days.
Strikes are serious. You want to avoid those.
A copyright claim, however, is generally less severe. It limits the revenue generated by that specific video, usually by directing it to the copyright holder, but it doesn't harm your channel directly or count towards termination.
So claim affects the video's money, strike affects the channel's health.
Basically, yeah.
This raises an important question, especially for creators who might use clips or snippets from other sources for commentary, reaction, or educational purposes. How do you navigate that?
Right, because you see it all the time.
Beyond copyright strikes, creators can also get penalized for community guidelines strikes, graphic content, hate speech, which can also lead to channel termination. So there are multiple types of strikes. However, there's a saving grace in the fair use policy for copyrighted material.
Fair use. Heard of it, but it seems confusing.
It is confusing. It allows for limited use in contexts like news reporting or teaching or scholarship or research without permission. But crucially, it's a legal defense, not an automatic right, and it's highly nuanced and varies by country.
So it's not a free pass.
Definitely not. While complex, Tube Sensei offers practical tips that are often cited as ways to strengthen a fair use argument, though they're not guaranteed to prevent claims. Try to use short clips. Under 10 seconds is often cited, but there's no magic number.
Keep it brief.
Employ fragmented use, multiple short clips with your original commentary or edits in between, and always add your own editing, overlays, effects, text, voiceover, to transform the original material. Don't just replay it.
Add significant value or commentary.
Exactly. It's also advisable to avoid using company or brand clips if possible, maybe preferring images, and always turning off the original sound for any clips you do use to further demonstrate transformative use and avoid sound-based automated matches. It's about adding significant value and commentary to the original content, making it your own in a meaningful way.
Tread carefully and transformatively.
Oh.
Okay. Finally, let's talk about the long game. Building a successful YouTube channel isn't a sprint. It's a marathon and often a grind, especially at the beginning.
It really is. Patience is key.
Think media refers to this as the flywheel effect, a continuous cycle of creation, optimization, and promotion that builds momentum over time. It's about staying consistent and strategic, understanding that explosive discovery is a process, not a single viral moment. So how does a creator actively build and accelerate that momentum?
Exactly. Think of it like a giant, heavy flywheel. Initially, it takes immense effort to get it moving. That's your consistent creation, your meticulous research, your initial promotion. You're pushing it with all your might.
Feels like you're getting nowhere at first.
Totally. But as it starts to turn, it builds momentum. Each successful video feeds into the next. Your optimized content gets discovered, drawing in new viewers. Those viewers engage by watching, liking, commenting, signaling to YouTube that your content is valuable.
Which tells YouTube to show it to more people.
Right, which then pushes it to even more people through recommendations and browse features.
Hmm.
The data you gather from analytics then informs your next piece of content, making it even better. This continuous loop of creation, optimization, promotion, and analysis makes the flywheel spin faster and faster over time, creating that exponential growth.
It feeds itself.
It feeds itself. Omar El-Attar introduces the concept of playing offense, consistently putting out value and quality content without waiting or playing defense. Don't react, act.
Be proactive.
Exactly. He shares the analogy of a plastic bag factory owner who focused on one business for 25 years, demonstrating that big things come from simply staying focused and playing offense day in and day out.
Consistency and focus over decades.
It highlights a critical mindset. What got you there will keep you there. The danger lies in slipping away once initial success is achieved, getting complacent, or getting distracted by new shiny objects. Don't ease up.
Keep doing what worked.
And keep improving it. May Alice Suzuki reinforces this, stating you can't fail unless you don't do it, emphasizing that discipline, not fleeting motivation, is what truly sustains long-term growth and keeps that flywheel spinning.
Discipline over motivation. That's a tough one, but crucial.
It really is. Omar El-Attar concludes that time is magic in content growth. People often overestimate what they can do in a single year, but drastically underestimate what they can achieve in 3, 5, or even 10 years by consistently applying these strategies.
The power of compounding effort.
Exactly. It's about patience combined with relentless execution.
So what does this all mean? It sounds like the path to unlocking explosive YouTube growth isn't a secret formula or a single hack, is it?
No single magic bullet, unfortunately.
It's a strategic blend of dedicated research before you record, crafting truly engaging content that holds attention, smart optimization of your video's packaging, consistent effort, building genuine community, constantly analyzing your data, and most importantly, adopting that long-term offensive mindset. It's a journey, not a destination.
Well put. Considering everything we've discussed today about intentionality, audience understanding, and the power of consistent strategic effort, how might you rethink the very first video you ever plan to create, or perhaps the next one in your pipeline?
Good question to ponder.
Ensuring every piece of content you produce is a deliberate step towards your ultimate goal rather than just another random act will make all the difference. Now, pick one new strategy you learned from this deep dive and go apply it immediately. The time to start building your own flywheel is now.